Welcome back to the big show. It's Alex Belfield in Las Vegas talking to the star of the show, which is called Believe. He's called Criss Angel. How are you?
I'm doing great, Alex. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for spending some time. Appreciate it.
Well, I tell you what, I want to be you on many levels. A, because you're cool. B, because the ladies love you. And C, because you're so fascinating. I mean, the show just makes me want to ask a million questions.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you very much for all the kind words. And trust me, you don't want to be me. If you know the stress and pressure I'm under each and every day doing the show twice a day, it's a joy to do it. I love doing it. We've been so blessed to have such an amazing reaction from the fans who really have supported this show second to none. I mean, we are now believe it or not, the #1 best-selling magic show in the world. And that is not because of me. That's all because of my amazing fans worldwide and the amazing partnership I have with MGM and of course, Cirque du Soleil.
Of course, it's a double-edged sword for you, isn't it? Because everybody wants to see you. That means you've got to do 2 shows a night. This is like a proper job. It's not showbiz, is it?
Yeah, this is a real job, twice a night plus, everything else that I do starting in the morning. So I basically work 15 to 18 hours daily. But no one is making me do this. It's my own choice, and I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. But like anything you do in life, there's good parts of it, and there's not such good parts of it. But you got to take the good with the bad. And every night that I'm on that stage, I'm honored that people would spend their hard-earned money, especially in this economy, to come see our show and choose our show here in Las Vegas at the Luxor. And so I want to give 110%. And not only is that my mantra, but it's the entire cast and crew's mantra.
You've kind of got to remind yourself, haven't you, when you were that little kid that wanted your show, you've now got it and it's bigger than you could have ever imagined.
Yes, on many different levels, and be careful what you wish for. But I'm living proof. I'm a living testament that if you want something bad enough out of life, you can really achieve it. And I'm not any different than anybody else. I just worked my ass off for it, and there's no substitute for hard work, right?
And of course, you do so many different parts of magic. There's the mind-reading stuff, and then there's the big illusions, and then there's the really intimate magic. You've kind of mastered it all.
Well, I continue to practice and try to hone in my skills and be the best artist that I can be, and that process will continue until I die. But the show does embrace more than 40 illusions, Alex. There's illusions that are very diverse, from, like you said, hanging 55 feet above the audience's heads and an unexpected fall that appears to be real, which I don't want to give away, but I just did. But there's many other surprises that you won't know about. And I do things that are dangerous. I do things that are exciting, that are mysterious, that are funny. I think the show has something in it for everybody. And we're really proud of that fact because, Cirque has such an amazing magic with their brand in unto themselves, and combined we really take the magic of Cirque, the magic of Criss Angel, and we're putting it together and really creating a unique experience that's fun for the whole family.
And you've kind of made it cool again, because let's face it, there's a lot of magicians on the strip and they all kind of look the same and do the same sort of stuff. You've taken this to the next level, both with the tricks and your personality on stage.
Well, I very much, again, appreciate that. I work really hard, and I never look over my shoulder at what anybody else is doing. I just try to be the best I can be. And, with the amazing support of Cirque and MGM, who really share my vision, I could not have asked for better partners to allow us to ultimately pass that on to the patron. We are trying to create the best magical experience that anybody could have in the world. And without boasting, but rather being very confident because of hard work, I know we're presenting that each and every night.
And I mean this as a compliment. I've seen many of the tricks before, but never done that quick. That's your unique thing, isn't it? They're so fast.
Well, a lot of people, there's more than 40 things. Now, there's only, like 7 different principles you can do in magic. You can say, make somebody appear, disappear, levitate, you can cut somebody. So what I've done is I've taken all the boxes away from the traditional magician that you would see in any other show and present a performance here with magic that doesn't have any boxes. I mean, really, our theater is our box. So you won't be able to see these illusions performed anywhere else in the world because they were specifically designed for this show, this environment, and for our audiences. So they're far more sophisticated in what you get, because we don't roll out a box to cut a girl in half. I mean, you're going to see for the very first time in the history of the art a cutting in half without any cloths, covers, or any boxes, right out there in the open, and with two people that are selected from the audience to come up and examine everything, among many other demonstrations that happened right there in the open. I literally walked down a wedding dress, so there's many different things that have never been done before, and even though they're based on the concepts and the principles that make up our world, gravity.
And of course, the front row get covered in blood, which is nice.
Yes, if they want to experience that, they certainly can. And if you don't want to experience water or blood anywhere near you, you can certainly sit in this third or fourth row. But yeah, we do lots of things. I really wanted to try to break the wall so that people didn't feel like they were watching a performance on the stage, but they really felt in the performance. And that's why I really do things over the audience and bring a lot of people from the audience. And it really moves. The pace of this show is like a freight train. It's very rapid. There's no milking little tiny tricks that you might see in other shows. This is boom, boom, boom. We appreciate you coming to see our show, and we want to take that 90 minutes and pack it with the most amazing, spectacular illusions that you can possibly experience today.
And the show also evolves. I mean, I've seen it 5 times, and I've seen 5 different shows. It's nothing like it was originally, is it?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. The original director of this show, Serge Dentoncourt, who's a dear friend of mine, did a fantastic job initially with the show. But, the show came out, and let's face it, I'm not going to sit here and, I call a spade a spade. I'm very honest. The show wasn't received well, and I really wanted to make the show what I always dreamt it could be. And Cirque and myself wanted to go down uncharted territories, and we explored that. But we realized that what I originally wanted to do was still unexplored territories, and Cirque gave me the opportunity to direct and rewrite the show completely from scratch. And this is much more in tune with what you see me do on television. Many of the illusions on television are performed here in different variations, but nonetheless they're here. And it's been really an amazing process, because this show is not even 90% or 80% or any percent of the old show. This is completely a brand new show from scratch, from the moment it begins to the moment it ends. And we added tons of illusions and the way it's presented, and we redid the entire lighting. It's completely a different show.
Congratulations to you on that, because it reminded me of Cher the first time I saw that show. I thought, actually, I just want to hear you sing, never mind 27 costume changes. It was a bit like you in the beginning. You're such a great magician, yet we didn't see a lot of it. Now, of course, it's back-to-back magic. Yeah,
it's tons of magic. The only thing that remains the same from the original show and this show is the name Believe. And that's because it was based on what transpired with Houdini and his passing and his basic dedication to proving psychics wrong. So when he passed away, he said, if anybody can come back, he told his wife Bess, it will be I. And he gave a code word, and that code word was Believe. And that's why I continue to use it, and we didn't change the name, but the show is a completely different show. And yeah, I'm just I'm doing tons of magic. You have to be physically I have to be in the best shape of my life to do the show, because it's so demanding. And it's just the audience just gives me the fuel to do this, and to have the passion and excitement to do it each and every time, as if I was doing it for the first time. Because really, if you look at the audience, it is the first time and the only time I'm ever going to have that group of people sitting in front experiencing the show. So I got to give 110%. And I'm proud of this performance.
And so you should be. Do you ever, when you drive down the strip and see your face 50 foot high, as big as it could be, ask yourself, why you? I mean, of all the hundreds of magicians in the world who are out there doing great magic.
Thousands of magicians. I think there's no substitute for perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, and hard work. As I said, I'm no different than anybody else. I believe that if you want something bad enough out of life, I dedicated my life. My overnight success took about 18 years in the making, and I sacrificed everything everything to literally get here. And I think I don't really spend a lot of time looking at myself driving down the boulevard. I actually try to avoid Las Vegas Boulevard because of the traffic, and I just do my best and try to give the best I can give in a performance, whether it's on television or in my live show. And ultimately, I want to be the best artist I can be, and that's why I do it. I don't do it for all of those reasons. Sometimes it would be easier to not be recognized and not be known, and just kind of live like a life that would be considered to be more normal. But it's part and parcel to my job, and I embrace my job, and I embrace my fans worldwide. And if you haven't seen the show, please come by and see it. And you never know, maybe I'll meet you in the Luxor somewhere. You never know. I walk around this place all the time.
Very finally, I followed you for years, and it seems to me the reason you're here and so many aren't is because of your personality, but also your mystique. There's something different about you, isn't there? And certainly in the TV show, you play on almost a creepiness.
Well, I look at different mediums, and I try to. I think the reason why I've been very fortunate to be relevant and successful on television, where other magicians have failed in the world that we live today, is because I look at that medium, and I think I know what engages an audience. And Houdini understood that, and I learned a lot from reading about Houdini. Houdini understood that it was the magic of emotion that connected him to his audience. When people saw Houdini hanging upside down in a straitjacket, it wasn't necessarily about Houdini's escape. Specifically, it was much bigger than that. It was about, if Houdini could escape this straitjacket, maybe I can escape poverty. And I think that message in my performances on television really kind of echoed among my fans worldwide. And I want to be a positive force in this world. There's too much negativity. There are people that spend their life tearing other people down because they're miserable. I want to be good, positive, and try to affect people in a good way. I want to encourage people to live their life, to not have any fears, and to really reconnect with that inner child that lives in all of us and experience magic and the wonderment about the impossible is possible when you believe.
And isn't it great that you can suspend disbelief for just an hour and a half and believe that you are disappearing on stage? We know it's all fake, but we do genuinely, in the moment, stay there and believe it. That's the magic of what you do. I know there's a million puns in there, but that's the truth, isn't it?
Well, I think so, and I think that's why people go to movies, people go see Broadway shows. People love the opportunity to escape and to forget about their trials and tribulations in any given day, and be able to go to a place where for 90 minutes they can live within a fantasy world. And each and every night we try to present that same opportunity for them, and hopefully they leave the show feeling a spiritual kind of uplifting. And that's my message at the end of the show when I say the word believe. It's to believe in yourself and go out there and don't allow yourself to listen to negativity, and really live your life to its fullest, because we've all been so fortunate to have this moment, and we don't know if we're going to have the next. So it's important to live each and every moment to its fullest. And I'm thankful for every single moment that I have. The only way we can control tomorrow is based on the decisions we make today, and tomorrow could be anything we want it to be if tomorrow comes.
You couldn't mend my arm, could you?
Well, no, actually I can't. That would.
What a doozy I am, falling over in Vegas. Eh?
Yeah, but that's the funny thing. You were misdirected. You see, indirectly, and no one better than Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Misdirected to the emergency room. Hey, listen, you haven't seen a magic show until you've seen Criss Angel. Just tremendous. And thank you for spending the time, because I've admired you for so many years, and you've been just banging away the drum of great magic and personality magic. And God, do we need your show these days. Thank you for talking to me.
And I want to thank you very much for your time and consideration. And you have a wonderful program. And to all the people that are listening to this, I just want to say thanks for all your love and support. And may your dreams come true. I'll see you in Las Vegas at the Luxor. Believe.